to Ignite Success, where we talk about the people, places, and projects that fire us up. I'm your host, Suzie Becker, and I'm here with Daniel Sloat and Monica Arora, my co-host. We're going to talk a little bit about how our failures fuel our success. Welcome, Monica.
Hi, Suzie. Great to be here.
It's good to have you back. I would love Daniel to tell us a little bit about his background, his company, where you're calling from, and can you give an example of that kind of experience where it was an opportunity and you chose to find the choices to make the progress?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much, Suzie and Monica. So my name is Dan Sloat. I'm calling in from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm not from here originally. Been here about 4 years. It's an excellent city. Fantastic for sailing, if you ever get a chance. So I'm president of Electro Aero. We're an aviation grade electric charging company based originally out of Australia, and now making the move to expand to the U.S. market. There's been incredible excitement in electric mobility. Of course, I'm sure you've both heard plenty about electric cars by this point, and the follow-on interest in fully autonomous cars. The industry that we're in is really a lot of that same kind of effort and sustainability progress on the aviation side, where we are electrifying aircraft as well as increasing the autonomy to support our human pilots.
Interesting.
You know,
yeah.
But as far as turning a failure to an eventual success, it's interesting. My first touch point with Electro Aero was actually as CEO of one of their direct competitors. It's a case where, understandably, business, maybe especially at the startup stage, can be a bit adversarial. Kind of dynamic. And I'm very, very glad now looking back, but this has been kind of my approach in all facets of life, that we gain so much more from collaboration. So I was always very kind and respectful towards their team, and that left a positive impression. And so when this opportunity came about to join as president, and help lead their efforts for U.S. market expansion, jumped at the opportunity. The failure in that first organization, won't get into the messy details, but just plainly wasn't a good fit. So I left that organization in February of this year. I ended up getting married in July with honeymoon in August.
Congratulations.
And so thank you so much.
For you.
I'm sorry?
I said 2024 was a great year for you.
Oh, it was a phenomenal year. And in fact, we're expecting our first child in 2025. So I'm expecting, even more to celebrate, but it's been exciting because, as far as this kind of episode theme, turning failures into new opportunities and success, I think there's a real art to identifying when, a certain pathway appears to be a dead end, and making a clear and deliberate pivot. And I can say definitively for myself, and now with this new opportunity at Electro Aero, can't emphasize enough. Life's too short to kind of mope around for the expectations that you once held.
So my takeaway is twofold. Thank you for sharing your story. The first impact would be that we don't necessarily need to keep putting bad money or bad time after some time that's not been good to begin with. So cut the cord. And the second one is a rising tide lifts all ships. So if you're successful in your industry, just because you don't have a positive experience at one place doesn't mean that it's the industry in general. Thank you so much for being on today, Daniel. And you as well, Monica. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzie.
To find out more about Daniel and Monica, you can find us at dailynewsnetwork.com. I'm your host, Suzie Becker. Stay inspired and inspiring.